Hey guys, welcome to the HackedExistence tutorial on running Rayhunter alongside Dag Shell. So by the end of this video, I'll show you guys how to mod one of these Orbic hotspots. I'm actually going to be doing a Kajeet, which appears to be the exact same, just rebranded. Functionally, they do the exact same thing. And basically, this will give us the Rayhunter detection that we're looking for on the screen, the little visual indicator there when we come into contact with the StingRay, while also giving us a root shell on the Linux device itself. So that'll allow us to interact with the file system. We'll be able to throw AT commands at the modem. And another neat thing about Dag Shell is that you can pair this with the Raspberry Pi to be able to use it as a war driver and really expand the functionality of it, give it GPS. So let's jump into getting this thing built. All right, so the nice thing about installing Rayhunter and Dag Shell on the same device is they work together. So it doesn't matter which one you install first. If you already have Dag Shell installed, you can just install Rayhunter straight away and vice versa. Since I'm installing on a brand new device, I'm going to start with Rayhunter. So I'm going to do that by going to the Rayhunter releases page, and I'm going to scroll down here to get the latest Mac OS Intel release because that's the platform I'm installing on. And I'm going to click on it to unzip it. And there we can see it's unzipped. So over here we'll go back. And now of note is that I'm installing on a Kajeet device. And why that's important is because the Kajeet admin password is a default password that is this. And that's different than the Orbic password, which is the same password as the Wi-Fi access point. And the reason it matters is because the Kajeet password has an exclamation point in it. So if your Orbic password has an exclamation point in it, you'll have the same problem. Because ultimately we have to use this password in this shell command right here. And the problem is if you put an exclamation point in a shell command, so if I type exclamation G in a shell, you'll see Z shell says event not found because this is a new profile and I don't have enough history built up yet. But basically the exclamation point is a special character in a shell. It's a meta character that is used to reference an object from your history. And so the shell will attempt to evaluate bang G and replace it with a command out of your history if your history goes that far, which ultimately means when you execute this command here, if you have an exclamation point in it, it's going to fail. It's going to attempt to run because it's not until it gets to authing that it's going to fail because it will replace bang G with something out of your history or command not found. So to solve that, we need to start by connecting to the Wi-Fi access point. And once we're connected, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to go to 192.168.1.1. And on my Kajeet hotspot here, I'm going to log in with admin and that default password. I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to system admin. I'm going to paste that password. And then I'm going to make it work just like the Orbic does, where I'm going to use the same password as the Wi-Fi network password. In this case, that's smartspot7286. And so now that I've rotated that password, I can try and log in with that just to make sure. All right, we're good. Our password no longer has an exclamation point in it, so now we can proceed with installing. So we've already unzipped the download. Now we need to CD into it. And now that we are in that directory, because we're on Mac OS X, we have to run this extra little command here that whitelists the installer so it doesn't get blocked. And now we'll run this command, but we'll spell Orbic the right way. And after the hotspot has rebooted, I now have the green bar showing me that Rayhunter is running, so I can reconnect again to that Wi-Fi access point. And now that we're connected, I should be able to still go to 192.168.1.1 and log in with those credentials I just set. Okay, so our admin interface still works, and I should be able to pop a new tab and go to 192.168.1.1:8080. And here we see Rayhunter. So Rayhunter is up and running now. So now we can proceed with installing the Dag Shell. So if we scroll down on the GitHub repo here, we can see that they have this nice browser-based flasher, but I have to switch off back to Wi-Fi with internet because I don't have a SIM card in my hotspot at the moment. And so now on the Dag Shell flasher, we're going to download the Orbic app. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. And we're going to download Dag Shell. Of course, it opens up in a browser. So I'm going to have to right click this and save link as Dag Shell boot. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, now we need to generate our PKI certificates. We should have done that first. It doesn't really matter. The order doesn't matter as long as we do this before flashing. So I'm going to click on generate certificates, which is going to just tell me to save it, and I'm going to save, and I'm going to allow multiple downloads because there are more files to download, and I'm going to save that, and I'm going to save that, All right, now proceeding, we're going to enable the root shell by running this command, but first we're going to connect back again to the Kajeet hotspot. And so now in our downloads folder, we're going to run this command, Python enable shell your password, but we have a dependency on Python to make sure that it has the request library. So first we're going to execute Python, which we don't have. So we're going to do Python 3. And we're going to say import requests, which is not there. So we'll control D. And so in order to do this, we're going to have to kick up a Python virtual environment. So we're going to do Python 3 -m venv.venv. And then we'll do source.venv/bin/activate. And now you can see that we are in our virtual environment. So now we should have the Python command and we'll import requests and it is not there. So we will control D and do pip install requests, which doesn't work if we're not connected to the internet. So I'm going to have to connect back to my internet and we'll run that again. And now I should be able to do Python import requests. And that worked, so we'll control D. I will connect back again to the hotspot. And now at this point, we should be able to do Python enable shell your password. So we'll say Python enable shell, and our password is smartspot7286. And we can see shell enabled. So now we'll run Python deploy base64.py. And what we're going to see is that it's looking for the Orbic app file, which is in our downloads. If we ls, we can see it right here. But it's looking for it inside of a directory called Orbic fwc because the install script wants a compiled version. So all I'm going to do is mkdir Orbic fwc and I'll mv the Orbic app into Orbic fwc, and I'll do the same thing with mv star.dir because it's going to look for those files as well into Orbic fwc. And now we'll run the same command again, deploy base64. All right, so now at this point we should be able to switch back over to our web browser, go to 192.168.1.1:8443. But we have to put an HTTPS in front of it, and because it's Chrome, we have to proceed. And now we can see that we have Dag Shell running while also having Rayhunter running, while also having the normal admin interface all up and running. So we have all three of these interfaces running on the same Orbic hotspot. All right, so at this point you should have Dag Shell and Rayhunter running side by side on the same hotspot. You're ready to get out there, keep yourself safe from StingRays, while also interacting with the device as root, being able to throw AT commands and stuff like that at the modem, being able to pair this with the Raspberry Pi to turn it into a nice little war driver. So let's get out there and have some fun. As always, stay tuned and thanks for watching.